Okay, we're actually ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, so this is Harry Potter 3 for the PC, all requirements percent. So, a little bit of a history behind all requirements percent uh, is my audio on, by the way? Like, are you hearing game sound? Okay, so a little bit of a history behind all requirements is this used to be the old version of any percent. So back in the day, we used to have three main categories for the game. We used to have 100%, any percent, and better any percent. Better any percent basically was getting to Dumbledore and McGonagall as fast as possible, and getting the first instance requirements. That was the original better any percent, and this was the old any percent, where you have to collect all the requirements. So basically, how this game is structured is you have to do 6 different sets of requirements. You need to get all the challenge shields in all 3 of the challenges, being Carpe Retractum, Draconiphores and Lavaphores, and Glacius. You also have to beat all the Monster Book challenges, defeat all the Pixies, and finish all 5 Buckbeak levels. And last of all, you need to get all 8 portrait passwords that you buy from Fred and George. So it's quite a lot to finish the game. However, with the discovery of requirements skip about a year ago, this category, basically any percent, dropped down by 25 minutes, and so you had the birth of this category, which is old any percent, and all any percent runs were converted to this category. So, yeah, it's a lot. This is a very, very fun category to run because it's an old rendition of how the game was once ran. So right now I'm going to do... I just did Scabbard Skip, and so basically there's a trigger just past that point that activates a cutscene where a piece of luggage falls down, and then Hermione gives you a spiel on how to jump onto luggage. But we skipped that. It saves about 5 seconds, so that was a good skip to get. Alrighty, so now I'm switched over to Hermione, and now I move over.
Went behind that wall.
Oh, really, Ron? You might think about training your rat.
Wow! It's a magically locked cabinet. We need to cast at the same time to open it. All 3 of us. I'll start, and you 2 join in.
So right now I'm going to do turn cast through the cabinet to get the Lumos statue behind the cabinet. And again, these are just little optimizations we do here and there to get the desk forward. And so you've now seen flying books. Flying books are going to be a main staple in this category. And so... Alrighty, so now we are in the Scabbers fight, or now we are in Monster Book fight. And so, in the Monster Book fight, you have to fight Monster Book pages, and basically it takes 2 casts of Rictussemper to kill a Monster Book page. And the Monster Book can give you anywhere between a highest of 7 pages at once, or 4 pages. Ideally, you want as many pages as possible, because you need to kill 9 pages in order to advance the game. And also, you'll be seeing here, basically, whenever you face the Monster Book, whenever Hermione and Ron get the second kill on or second page kill, it basically only counts as if you killed half of a page. So you're gonna... So I do not want Hermione and Ron to cast. So notice there... So, notice there how whenever Hermione and Ron raise their wands, I'm a little hesitant to cast, because if they beat me to the cast, I basically, like, waste a page. I do not remember the grunt when you hit a page for the first time, yeah. It seems kind of wild.
We can look inside the Folio Universitas after picking up a collector's card. Press the escape key and click on the picture of the card at the top of the screen. Come on, let's get back to our compartment.
And so now coming up is just a standard cast Rictussemper to knock objects down. Nothing major to it, I guess.
What's happening?
gonna face to this left side here, and I'm going to hope that it pushes out the right one. It does. Basically, like, the strategy is to look at the left side at all times, and then keep spamming your mouse button. So I didn't get the fast cutscene skip, that's fine. There's about a 10% chance that you get a fast cutscene skip where the game insta-warps you, or instantly warps you to the loading screen. It's basically RNG, so it's like hard to like get it. And so now we're gonna start what is probably the bane of existence of most HP3 runners in general, and that is Carpe Retractum. So this challenge has a lot of speed tech based around the Carpe Retractum statues, and so basically the idea with the Carpe Retractum statues, when you cast on it, it's going to give you momentum to move forward. However, the game developers... Why did the timer stop? Okay... Don't know why the timer stopped. Okay. There's no timer now.
Hello? Professor Lupin?
Welcome to the Carpe Retractum Challenge, Ron. There are 10 challenge shields scattered throughout the challenge. Some are well hidden. Find all 10 shields to earn a visit to the Bean bonus room. If you don't find all the shields your first time through, you can always come back. Complete the challenge by collecting the final shield. Let's get started. Carpe Retractum has two primary
Yeah, I don't know
functions.
how I'm gonna
To
fix
pull
that.
yourself
I have to
towards
figure
something,
something out.
or to pull something towards you. See if you
Probably
can
should have
find a
had
statue
Lie
and cast
Split
a spell.
1 open.
Then, watch what happens.
So I'm gonna do a little quick... Oof, missed it first try, that's fine. Okay, second try is not bad. I'm gonna cast on the statue, I'm gonna do Spongify to get up here, and then I'm gonna do jumps. So I'm gonna do a little... So basically there's some tech whenever you grab a ledge, you can press shift as you're climbing the ledge and it will allow you to skip. So now I'm gonna do a cutscene skip here. And I just skipped a cutscene that saves like 4 seconds by just jumping around it. Now we are continuing. So now we're at the imp fight, and the imp fight is
It might throw exploding wizard
basically these imps are pretty much control you the entire run. The idea is here I want to force this imp. Basically how you kill imps in this game is they throw crackers at you, you have to throw it back at them. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to manipulate the imp above to throw a cracker towards this painting so that they would throw an early cracker. I didn't get it, that's fine, that's okay. Ooh, that's okay. That's kind of bad, but whatever, we'll just roll with it. So I'm gonna try to cast through these walls here. Didn't get it, that's also fine. Alright, so here I'm gonna use, again, more carpet manipulation. I'm gonna have it deflect me, and I'm going to try to have it push me all the way. I didn't get the right enough angle, so I have to do this back up here. Oh god, okay. This run's going really bad so far, but... that was the angle that I wanted originally, but that's fine. So I'm gonna cast these 2 knights and activate this secret. Okay. Dang. Okay, now we are at the crab room, so this little end section here, there's a lot going on, so it's a lot to explain.
It can shoot fire out of its,
But
well, out of its backside. Cast Rictus Sempra to knock it over. Then cast again as needed to knock the fire crab into the trap.
So now I'm gonna do a Carpe Manip here. I'm gonna cast. Oh my goodness. It's really bad, but I can back this up. So now I'm gonna do another Carpe swing up and over. Okay, excuse me? Why did Ron fall? Damn, I'm making a lot of mistakes. That's... Basically, if you move while the cutscene plays... Oh, and I got best RNG. That's cool. I'll save some time on Transfigla. I'm gonna time my Transfig swing, and there we go. So now I'm gonna do another I'm gonna do a Transfig swing as I fall. Oh, I'm just... Why is my timer going again? And now I'm gonna land on top of here. Yeah, I'm gonna stop splitting, probably. So I'm gonna do some imp manipulation here. I'm gonna get them to throw a cracker right away. I'm gonna get these two to throw a cracker right away. I'm gonna hit that knight and grab a cauldron cake later. I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna cast on the shield. And I'm gonna climb back up. Okay, so that's a... I'm gonna try to get this jump. Gotta shift a few times. And I'm gonna Carpe right into the statue. And so that was Carpe Load, or that was Carpe Retractum, which was all over the place, but, I'm gonna take a second to fix my timer here. Okay, now my timer should be fixed. I can't change the fact that it's red, unfortunately, but that's fine. So now I'm gonna do Fred and George skip by hopefully getting... I don't know why it's... Alright, so it's... I'm trying to get an angle here to clip upwards. Got this earlier. Alright, there we go. How do I compare against nothing? I can't compare against nothing. Oh my god, this is quite annoying. I don't have a none option, Beaver. I literally don't have a none option. Okay, thank god. Alright. It's probably not the real time, but I'll finish showcasing this. I apologize for all of the problems, but hopefully... Okay. Hopefully everything gets through. I am brain farting hard, I gotta focus.
really don't want to be late.
What's that thing? I hope Hagrid doesn't expect us to touch it. Disgusting creature.
Welcome to Care of Magical Creatures class. I'll be teaching you this term. I'd like to introduce you to Buckbeak. He's a hippogriff. Today, you'll be learning how to ride him. You first, Harry. Just walk up to Beaky and give him a bow.
You won't catch me bowing to that filthy beast.
Hello, Buckbeak. There's a good hippogriff.
Your goal is to fly through enough bats to beat the top number on the counter. As soon as you're ready, just click the right mouse button to make Beaky fly.
Alright, so now we are at the Buckbeak section, and so the Buckbeak section is, basically, we have found ways to optimize ring collection. Like, for example, we may collect only a certain, or we basically take straight line paths, like closest ways to get to the exit, basically, is how we're structuring how we collect rings throughout this game. And so, as you'll notice, I'm, like, hugging walls a little bit to get a little bit more speed. And I'm basically, like, just, like, trying to get to the goal ring as fast as possible, and you'll be able to... And you're gonna see 4 more of those Buckbeak courses every now and then. Or at the end. Or, oh my god, I don't know why I'm nervous. I don't actually know. I've been flustering for the last 18 minutes, but hopefully without splits, I'll be a lot better. Whew. Alright, make the estimate. Make the estimate.
I'm dying. Look at me. It's killed me.
You're not dying.
Do you think you'll be alright? Of course. Madam Potterthon can make cuts to
Yeah, it probably wasn't the best thing for me to be my own restreamer, TBH. Because it's like... No, I know, it's just like... It's just really annoying to have to deal with. Didn't get fast. Alright, so you can get another fast load there. I didn't get it, probably because I wasn't spamming long enough. Basically, like, load tech in this game is also extremely important. Like, there are times when you'll want to spam loading screen, there are times when you only want to hit it once, and there are times when you don't want to even try to get a load. And you'll see a lot more of, like, load tech later on in the game, especially, like, when it comes to, things like in Transfig, for example, there's a place where you intentionally don't, press skip cutscene and stuff like that. So, yeah. Although I appreciate the support, guys, through all these technical difficulties. But yeah, definitely, in the future, I will not be my own restreamer, that's for sure. It's a lot less stressful that way. Alright, and... wait, I'm not done yet. And that was the peace fight. Cool.
You were brilliant, Ron! It's easy to be brilliant when you're scared half to death.
We'd better get on to Transfiguration class. Peeves has probably made us late.
Hello, and welcome to Transfiguration class. One of the most advanced transfiguration spells enables a wizard to become an animagus. Animagi can transform themselves into animals and then back into people. For example...
Harm face.
Are there any questions?
Professor McGonagall, are werewolves animagi?
No, they're not. Animagi turn into animals at will. A werewolf cannot control its transformation. Now for today's lesson, the Draconifers and Lepifors spells. Miss Granger, perhaps you'd grace the class by having a go at the exercise I've prepared.
Me? Oh, yes.
If you'll just step through this door, then...
Okay, so now we have entered Transfiguration, and so Transfiguration is a relatively straightforward level. All the shields are on the way, so there's nothing like much to it.
The transformation of a small object into a rabbit.
Correct.
You will be seeing a new tech later on called lag jumps. I'll try it once and see. But currently with my stream setup, I don't get enough lag, and so we may not be able to see it, but I'll try my best using the old method. And so with this bunny, the idea is you don't want to be moving just across the ground with the bunny. You want to be doing bunny hops, because every time the bunny moves, it sort of accelerates forwards and stops, accelerate forwards and stop. And the thing is, so that cutscene you weren't supposed to skip, but it's fine, it's about the same time. So now I'm going to do another turn cast where I grab the bunny, grab down, grab cauldron cake, and I continue doing bunny hops, save a little time. And grab the shield, that's 2. So now I'm going to do another bunny gush, and now we're going to do well skip. So normally you're supposed to go down into the well, go underground, and then make your way back up. But if I just continually jump every frame on the hedge, I can clip past the edge, and that's cool. I skipped the whole well scheme. Alright, so now coming up is a section where you do lag jumps. So I'm going to try it once using an old method that we used to do. I'm going to pause, change world detail, got the first one. Don't know, maybe that's late. Yeah, it's a little late. So the idea is, if you pause with the correct timing and change your world detail, the game will lag enough so that it will push Hermione forward before she goes downward, and that will allow you to traverse both sides. For some reason, I wasn't getting enough lag to do the normal method I did. I got one part of it, so it's good to show, but this isn't too bad. I'll wait a little bit and then move. So I got best RNG in the Transfiguration with the banner that I hit. I had 6 cauldron cakes, so I don't have to go down to grab this cauldron cake. Jump, go to here, cast Lapifors immediately, and so there's not really much else to this level, just like, sort of like just going with the motions. I'm gonna jump down, just a little more movement optimizations here and there. So now I'm going to back up, cast on this dragon, and jump on the bench. And so I'm gonna go with the dragon and maneuver it around. Grab this flame, grab the second flame, and I'm going to... Okay, so unfortunately, my position was off, so I wasn't able to hit this one in the cutscene of the other. But I'm going to use this pot to skip all the way to the top, and yeah. Pretty straightforward, I guess. So now I'm going to grab that shield, unlock the door. Okay, oh, I hit the wrong one. That tends to happen because all the hitboxes are really close together. And so now we're gonna be fighting Bundymuns. This is like, maybe like, one of like 2 Bundymuns I think you find in this entire category.
It's repulsive.
You can cast Rictus Simpra to stun a Bundyman. Then, if you're quick enough, you can jump on top of it to see if it will produce a reward.
I cast on it. Okay, I was a little early. Basically, the idea is, there's definitely a second one somewhere. I don't remember where it is right now on the top of my head. So now I'm gonna use the bunny. Again, you kind of want to reduce the amount of time you're like on the ground with the bunny. So now I'm gonna go up, grab this cauldron cake. And then, yeah. So coming up is this giant imp room. These imps can be really annoying, so hopefully I get it. So I'm gonna back up here right away. Kill these two. Kill those two. And hopefully these two stay together and throw a cracker. It's kind of slow, but it's fine. So now up here, I'm going to cast Rick Sempra. And then Spongify into this room. So I'm gonna do that, that, and that to get the shield, and then get 2 cauldron cakes. Okay, okay. I'm gonna jump down, and now you're going to see maze skip. So maze skip is the idea that where you can jump onto this door frame, line up Hermione correctly, and yeah, okay, cool, first try. So that's maze skip. There's a lot going on in the span of like 10 seconds, so it's like hard to explain all of the optimizations, but basically that saves about 20 seconds and saves the amount of time it takes to go around the maze. And yeah, that's the end of Transfig. That was actually pretty good ending. Even though I don't have like, even though I don't have splits up, that is probably close to my best, which I'm probably gonna need if I'm gonna stay under estimate, given all of the stupid stuff that happened earlier on. And now we're in the bonus bean room. Basically, the bean bonus room, it takes about 2 minutes, or it takes about 2 minutes. You spend about 2 minutes in the bonus bean room, just like collecting beans. And we want to collect all the cauldron cakes that are in the bonus bean room. And so we're gonna cast across. I'm gonna, basically, you have to take every possible path in the bonus bean room for them to spawn extra cauldron cakes from the ceiling. So now I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab that. Okay. I'm gonna climb back up. I'm gonna grab more cauldron cakes. So the idea is you'd want 109 cauldron cakes before you return to Fred and George to buy passwords, because every password costs a certain amount of cauldron cakes. And for our purposes, the first 7, we need to buy 8 passwords. The first 7 cost 109. And the last one costs 30. And so we're going to go to 2 different floors to get the last 30. But for the 109, we have to get it before the game ends, which is why, even though contrary to what you may think, we're actually going to complete finals first. And when we head to the requirements section, we're going to have McGonagall and Dumbledore say we don't have enough. And that's intentional, because we're going to use cauldron cakes we get from the finals to be able to buy our way out of school. And so real quickly, just like a fun little trick you can do. This doesn't waste any time. It's just really fun to look at. Basically, you can get Hermione to respawn, or you can get Ron to respawn and have his chance at the bonus bean room, but Hermione is still being in control, so... So yeah, we're just gonna wait for this timer to run out, and we should be good to go. And so... jump across, grab a little bit more beans from the bonus bean room. And yeah, just relax. How many beans have you got, Ronald? How many beans? So coming up is a very long, unskippable cutscene where you're basically, this is basically the game's rendition of Quidditch, which is to say not, which say like it's just a cutscene. Is it the bonus bean? It's whatever you want, man. Like, I don't know.
No.
Whatever fits your fancy.
Transfigured dragon.
Oh,
It's the bonus bean
have
room.
another go at the challenge if you like, Hermione.
But yeah, no, that end of Transfig was pretty good, actually. Are you good on beans? This is not 100%. I don't have to worry about beans. Except if I have to buy, like, 1 beans.
Harry was excited to be playing in the first Quidditch match of the season.
I just love how all the Dementors there was no security, they all were just like, okay, let's go to this field and see what happens. So I'm gonna skip another cutscene here, out of load, should be instant, good, okay. And now we're going to do anti-Dementor lessons. So Expecto Patronum is a very important spell in this game. Basically, to kill Dementors in this game, you have to hit them with Expecto Patronum with good timing. And so basically, Lupin teaches you how to use the spell for about like a minute and a half.
You'll see a ring of light. Move up your arm.
And so later on, you're going to see the phenomenon of, like, again, carryover casting. I will explain when we reach that point. We'll reach that point at the Whomping Willow section. But for now, it's just basic stuff. Just cast on this thing. Have it go up 3 times. It's nothing much to it.
Fantastic. 3 perfect casts, Harry. You're ready for the next stage of the lesson. Explore the surrounding chambers and be ready to use the
Okay, grab those 3. And basically, we just have to fight like 6 more boggarts, and then we're good to go.
Oh, a Dementor!
No, Harry, concentrate. The boggart has taken the shape of a Dementor to play on your fears.
So what I'm showing off here, it doesn't actually do anything now, but the idea is, while a Dementor is dying, you use their, like, hitbox to sort of start up another Expecto Patronum while the next phase, like, builds up. And so the idea is, we're going to try to, later on, kill a Dementor on the next cycle, using the Dementor from the previous cycle as, like, hitbox of sorts. That's the best way I'd describe it. So now, we just fall. Cast on that. Cast on that. And cast on that. Alright, cool. So now we're going to read. We're gonna get our library cards in, and we just fight books. This game's kind of whack, or kind of crazy with regards to all these books. Okay, so coming up here, we're going to do a quick, another skip. This is library skip. So there is another way of setting it up, but that is prone to soft locking. But I did the alternate setup, where it doesn't soft lock. And so the idea is, it skips having Hermione climb up all of these, like, all of the bookcases that you may have seen. Because basically what happens is Ron pulls on that trigger, it switches to Hermione, and it pulls out, like, a bookcase that you climb on top of, and then you have to unlock with Alhamora, and it's just tedious, so we just skip all that. There's an alternate setup where you don't even touch the ground, but that is prone to soft locking, and we do not want that, especially not in a marathon run, so I did not attempt that. Okay, I got slow loads, probably should have pressed forward, and now we're gonna fight Monster Book for about 2 minutes. So that's fun. Again, here I want to make sure that Hermione and Ron don't kill my pages, and I kill their pages. Oh god, bad start already. Really? Wait for Ron to hit that. Hermione, that's 5, 6. That's fine. That's not fine. That is also not fine, but... Alright. Ah, missed that. Oh, okay, that's worst case scenario, but it's fine. Ooh, okay, alright. That's a weird pattern. Haven't seen that one. Byron. That was atrocious, but whatever, we're through it. Everything is fine. So, now that we got all of those, basically you have to collect the cards that the monster book gives you. If you do not, the game doesn't count them as complete. It's really annoying. Okay. And so now we start Glacius load, and Glacius, basically, like, they're more or less like auto-scroller sections because you cast on a slide, and it freezes the slide, and you basically roll with it.
Now, Harry, you'll need to eliminate both the creature and its fire. Give it a try.
Grab that. Cast right away. I'm gonna wait for Flitwick to finish his spiel on the slide, and we roll with it.
Here's the best bit, Harry. Time to go for a slide. Just use the left and right arrow keys to turn. Press the up arrow to go faster and the down arrow to slow down. Off you go. I'll see you at the end of the challenge.
So you're gonna notice I'm basically only holding forward throughout this whole slide. I'm using my mouse to turn, and that's the fastest way to move on the slide. I'm gonna slow down a little bit here. A little early on the backup, but basically the idea is you'd want to hit the Spongify from midair. The next one's totally different. Yo, what's good, Conception? Yeah, now we're just chilling on this slide here. Just going with the flow, I guess. So it's really important that I grab all of the cauldron cakes that I encounter on the slide, because we are on a tight shift. So now, real quickly here, there's a pixie fight, but I want to skip it by doing that, and I skip the whole pixie fight. And normally you can start by like holding back as you fall down, but either way, it's about to fine. I have not seen that ever. That is insane. Someone clip that, please. That was wild. So I apparently got like stuck on the pixie. Okay. So I missed the cake. I'll have to buy it later. That's fine. But oh my goodness. This game. I swear to God, this game is so weird. This game is not this mean to me earlier. Alright, so right now I'm gonna try to do Glacius skip. And first try, cool. Thank God, because I can't do the backup right now. Good imps, first try. Ah, crap. It's fine, stick together. Ah, my bad, my bad. Kind of bad imps, but whatever. Cast Spongify on this tile and hit the shield. So and so this banner on the top left is It's very annoying to hit, which means I have to back up a little bit before I can hit it. And yeah, basically that's the end of Glacius. I can't believe that happened. That is wild. I've never seen that. Can't believe Harry literally, when I casted Spongify, it landed on the thing. That's insane. But thanks for the clip. It's kind of wild, so I have to slow down here. This is the one time on the slide I slow down, because you can actually just eat yourself off the slide. And so now I need to set up 9 shields. So I'm going to stop moving here, press up, right, or up, left, and down, and I will grab the 9 shields. So that's the end of Glacius. And so, yeah, the end section was alright. That first section was weird. That's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in this game. But yeah, now we're back into the bonus bean room.
Wow, this is the bean bonus room. That's right, Harry.
That's the first time it's ever happened to any runner, and of course it happens at Potterthon of all places. Like, to be fair, I'd be extremely upset if that happened during an actual run, but in a marathon run, that's probably the best thing that could have happened. And that makes this run all the more entertaining. Oh, it should say all requirements, my bad. Dude, Senna, check out the clip. Check out the clip that, that Luigi Vikingo just sent. That is wild. I should have wrote old any %. Yeah, no, this run's been this run's been an absolute train wreck, but that is one of the highlights, I'd say, of this entire game. 73. Yeah. Yeah, that was my reaction. Dude, the problem is I can't alt-tab out of this game to change it. And I kind of want to make sure it's to the estimate. But yeah. Oh my god, I just you could bonk on the banners there, which are hella funny. Let's see if I can give Ron another shot. My boy. And he's gone. His shot is over.
You can freeze things now.
I can slide anywhere.
The beat bonus for me is very glitchy. Like, when you skip, you can skip the entire BBR with Ron. With Harry or with Hermione and Harry, like, it just it ports you back to Ron. And even if you don't do the Ron skip, yeah, you notice the. Yeah, it's stored because it's the same map except with a different game state.
Insisted on going to visit Hagrid. He was anxious to hear the outcome of Buckbeak's trial.
Was that? I think it was.
Poor Buckbeak.
Poor Hagrid. They've carried out the execution. Look!
Yeah, that's actually really interesting how it doesn't store it when Harry goes for the return. That's the funny part. This is probably the most polished HP3 game. Like, cause like the thing is like, in HP5 and HP6 is it's still like kind of polygony, whereas with this game, like even though it's like Unreal 2 and it's still sort of polygony, it's like they did a really good job. Like HP3 across the board probably has the best games, like GBA, PC, like all of its platforms. So here, coming up is the Whomping Willow section, and now, real quickly, basically skeletons are really annoying because you need to dual cast with Hermione, and Hermione likes to just like troll when she doesn't, and like just not cast when she should. And so now I'm going to, there's 2 skellies, cast on those, and then have Hermione unlock.
Thank goodness. Chocolate frogs.
Gonna basically chill on top of this ledge, and then have Hermione cast from the bottom so that I can get to this door a little quicker. Unlock and go.
Oh no!
I mean, that makes sense, Nub. You're quite impressive with that Glacius charm, Harry.
But we're not done yet.
Pass on these 4.
Alahamora.
76. Okay, that's... I'm too short. That is... I shouldn't be too short. That's fine. I can just buy 2. Damn. This run's really being a train wreck right now. I'm gonna grab these 2 flames, skip the cost cutscene 1, and get the second one. Yeah, you aim for the funny bone. Gotta get past those, and now it's gonna switch over to Harry. Yeah, no, Chad is with getting all the puns today. Cast on this chest right here, get 4 more. Yeah, I'm too short. That's weird. I must have forgotten one somewhere, but it's fine. Because you can buy as many as you want from Fred and George as long as you have the bean count, and we get more than enough beans to buy up 2 more. Those 2. Okay, Hermione, please. Here's an example of Hermione not doing her job. Oh god. Humorous. Oh god, what does my chat turn to? Okay, that's kind of a trolley cast because you can't control exactly where Harry should go. Yeah. Alright, so now we have to kill 6 more skeletons. Hopefully none of them troll us. And hopefully Hermione casts properly. I'll get these last 3. And then climb up, and we're gonna backwalk on the stairs to prevent having to ledge grab as you go up the stairs. And yeah, that's Shrieking Shack, and they're serious.
It's not a dog.
There's no need to be afraid. Serious
Yeah, HP 1 through 3 were the pinnacle of PC games. Like,
he's a wizard by the name of Peter Pettigrew.
this is not a 2-player game. It's a 1-player game, but you switch between 3 characters.
I can explain. Pettigrew's an animagus. It wasn't Sirius Black who betrayed your parents, Harry. It was Pettigrew.
Alright, so now, as I explained back in Lupin's classroom, I'm going to attempt to do carryover casting with my Expecto Patronum, so it's surprisingly good timing. I'm gonna wait, pause, and fire. Hopefully that's... Oh, I got it, cool. So I just killed that second one without even having to cast Expecto Patronum on it during this phase, and that saves about 4 seconds, roughly. So now we're going the Back in Time segment. Back in Time is... It's, there's a lot of things going on that as a runner you're focusing on. There's a really important turn cast coming up, and yeah, I'm just gonna play the game.
Careful now.
Right. Oh no! The door closed!
HP3 came out on the PS4?
There's got to be a way out.
Even PS3. Or, yeah. Gonna do a quick cast so I can grab the flame before the door opens so that I know I'm on, like, good timing. And I need to grab an additional 3 cakes up here. So now the door is opened, and now, of course, as with any game, Harry gets trapped, and he has to kill a whole bunch of things to make sure he's not trapped. It's 2. Oof. Oh, cool. Okay, so basically there are some times where the imps, like after killing 7 of them, they just decide to open the door. Sometimes, I think Liam, or Complex Beaver, the world record holder in this category, he's gotten it once where he's killed he's killed 6 simps and it's opened. We're not entirely sure how it works. It may have something to do with how pairs of imps work. But yeah, no, coming up is this really important turn cast, but first we gotta fight some pixies. Grab that. So I'm gonna move to the right with Hermione, and then do a little turn cast, not too fast, so I can hit a Depulse on either side. So normally this is a dual partner Depulso, like you're supposed to hit it with your partner, but it only checks for Hermione when it does it, and so once you do that, if you cast through the wall at the Depulso, it'll work. And so yeah. So that was Back in Time. Now we have one more Dementor fight to go, and then we have our final exams, our dreaded final exams. That's actually interesting that there's 3. So I'm gonna do another instance of doing carryover casting. So I got one last time. Let's see if I can get it again. That might have been early. Oh no, it's perfect. That's 1. Let's see if we can get another one. These are pretty hard to hit, I'd say. Cool, I got both of them. Excellent. That was really good. Definitely making up enough time to hopefully be underestimate. Okay, and so now it's time for our final exam. So hopefully I get a quick load out of here. Cool, got it. Alright. So now we're going to head straight to the 3rd floor, and we're going to have final exams. So Carpe Final is the hardest part, I'd say, of the game. Well, not in 100%, it's one of the hardest levels, period, in the game. But here, it's like, you just gotta get 2 good Carpe swings, which hopefully I get pretty early on. It's just the time to see you choke Carpe Final. I hope not, Jordy. Okay. Alright, that's the backup. So I'm gonna be about a cycle behind, that's fine. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be more than a cycle behind. Whoa, okay, this game is actually trolling me. Well, you don't do cycle skip in all requirements anyway. Please bring me back up. Okay, thank you. You have to get the 8 cauldron cakes. So I'm gonna go into here, grab these cauldron cakes from inside this chest, and do a little jump from this alcove to this point in time. Jordy, this run's a train wreck. There are a lot of problems with this run. Okay, I'm gonna cast on that, fall, and go with it. I'm gonna do a little side jumps here, and grab these 3 cakes. I'm gonna perform Imp Skip, where you use a well-timed carpe swing to go past it. Ooh. Oh my god, not again. What was the timer at? Before it stopped. God, it's... see, again... I'm gonna say it was about 56. And I'll roll with it. Oh my god. It's ridiculous. So, Mile, this is an example of why I should not both be restreaming my own run. Just a lot of train wreck things happening. So I'm gonna do, perform, this is window jump. Basically, I skip having to go all the way around with the bunny. Yeah, I turned it off. It's definitely tragedy. This is not funny. So now you just fly around in this section with a dragon. Not much else to it. Now, for this large section coming up, I'm going to be clicking both space. I have 2 jump keys set, and I'm going to be clicking both of them at once because having both of them click at once will allow you to gain height a lot faster. I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna miss the cycle, so I'm gonna turn around and do it. I'm gonna fall, and so I'm on this cycle, that's fine. Grab the CC down here. Okay, let's just move through, and I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna, if I go up with the dragon, it allows me to leave or become Hermione a lot faster. So that skips the text that asks you to end a level. That's a little faster. And now we're on the slide, and we just slip slide around. You only use Glacius like. Basically, this is the Glacius final, but you're pushing crabs more often than you're using Glacius. So again, good game design. Okay, so coming up here, we have an imp section. It's a cute little dragon, eh? Alright, come together, please. That's not close enough for either. Kind of bad imp. Yeah, why are these... damn, what is happening? Why are the crackers glitching? Oh my god, I can't speak. What is with this game today? Jeez. It's been relentless. What am I doing? Okay. I'm just playing bad. I'm sorry, guys. Trust me, I don't know what's happening. No, I know it's common. It's just like, you just hate to see it. That's good to know. Alrighty, so now we have, again, more crab pushing instead of Glacius. I mean, he got the HP2 record, didn't he? With all rust. Ah, come on. Alright, so you'll notice here that there are frogs on these two sides. At the very end of once I finish this last section, a spongified pad will spawn on this section, and so I want to ideally end on here. So now I'm going to move to the left. I'm going to do some turn cast through the wall so I can kill the salamanders. Alright, I got them. Alright, good. Okay, and so I'm going to see if I can get another one. Okay, and now that's the end, so the spongified pad is up, and we are exiting the challenge. I really hope I keep estimate. I don't know at this point. Because it's supposed to be a free estimate to hit, but with everything that's happened, I have no idea. Are we supposed to make up time here, but it's fine.
Glad to see you three survived.
And so now it's basically,
They were great fun.
Speak for yourself. I'll be having nightmares.
McGonagall and Dumbledore basically say you didn't finish enough stuff. So if you take a look at this requirements list real quick, you'll notice that we have to finish Hippogriffs, have to finish Pixies, and collect all 8 portrait passwords. So let's go do that. So we're gonna get these last 4 cauldron cakes from here, and we're going to collect all these 4. That puts us at 107. We need 109, but we can buy the 2 later from Fred and George. I still don't know what's the second one I missed. I'd have to go back and check because I thought I got all of them. And so now is coming up is one of my least favorite sections in the run, which are Pixies. Pixies are incredibly annoying in this game because of the fact that you can they can sometimes troll you by staying in the well to a point where you can't cast at them until they exit the well. And also the fact that this can soft lock. Fun fact, I was on PB pace by about 50 seconds, and it soft locked twice and I lost PB. And I lost 2 minutes. So hopefully, again, I'm saying hopefully, and this run's just like punching me in the face, but hopefully we get some good pixie rolls.
Each time you can beat the swarm. If you can drive off every last pixie in the well, you'll earn all 5 cards in the set. But that's no easy feat.
So I'm gonna stand to the left here. This is generally a better position for them to not stay in the well. I see a couple in the well. Hopefully they pop out. Oh my god, they're all staying in the well. I can't kill any of them. Please? Thank you. thought I soft locked for a sec. I was so confused why it was taking so long. And we got one more of these, and oh my god, please. Those are pixies.
That's right. Fly away and good riddance. That was fantastic.
Alright, so coming up is Buckbeak, and so we have 4 more of these levels, and they're again just like glorified auto-scrollers, so there's not a lot to talk about, but again I'll be taking shortest paths as possible, which will involve me skipping a lot of rings. Funnily enough, this is actually the hardest. I missed those, so I'm gonna grab these 2. I'm gonna skip this one. I'll grab this one for safety.
There's a good fellow.
Because the thing is, the green rings are not on the shortest path like the other ones are gonna be.
Made it.
So now I'm gonna do a cutscene skip here. Basically, if I pause, go to menu, after the scoreboard disappears, I can skip the cutscene of Hagrid giving me a card, which wasted about 10 seconds.
No trouble at all.
And we do this 4 times, so it saves 40 seconds. And so blue rings are actually free. Like, they're legitimately free. Because they're already on the shortest path, and then we just roll with it.
Made it.
You just climb around, grab this one with my feet. Use spacebar to get extra height.
All right.
So I can climb a lot faster. Skip that one. It's a very calming section. Nothing, not a lot to it.
Well done, Buckbeak.
This last one.
Yes.
Skip and play.
Hello, Harry. Back
And we
from
gotta
some
do this 2 more times.
are ya?
This one's also, yellow rings are straightforward. Red rings are actually, like, the most, like, rage-inducing because of the fact that, pathing in this game is not designed well, like, at all. Like, basically the path to the rings is so rigid that if you don't follow the exact path the game wants you to, it'll throw you back. It'll throw your momentum possibly away from some rings. And so I'm gonna probably play red rings extremely safe, so that, because I've lost, I think, 2 runs to, like, missing red rings. Because doing red rings fast is very hard. It's not for the faint of heart. I'm going grab this ring. I'm gonna skip that one over there because it wastes time. I'm gonna try to clip as many of these rings as I can with my feet because they're fast. I'm gonna pass that section because grabbing that ring is quite annoying and unnecessary. So now it's smooth sailing from here. I'm gonna skip that third. That's the third one. You can skip 5 on this section. I've skipped 3 so far. Sometimes when you hit the top, it like removes all your momentum, which can be annoying. Didn't quite happen, but
All right.
oh, I didn't grab that. That's fine. Perfectly fine. That's why red rings are actually, or yellow rings are actually free. So now we're at red rings, which are really annoying. So hopefully it's smooth sailing. I'm gonna play it really safe, so there isn't really a chance that I fail this. Ah, dude, they ate all my momentum. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, no. I boosted it a little too high, grabbing the first 2 rings, and so there's no way I could slow down fast enough.
Got it.
That's 1 miss. 1 miss.
There's a good fellow.
Gonna hold back up here so I get enough height to grab these 2. It's a little slower, but it's better to get them than not get them. Okay, that's 2 I missed. That's fine. That should be okay. But I have to... I don't want to mess up anymore. Slow down, grab that one. Hopefully this one doesn't troll me. Good. So I didn't need that last one, but it's fine, and we've cleared red rings. Okay, and so now it's the end game. So now we have to buy all 8 portrait passwords from Fred and George before we can finish the game. And so it's pretty straightforward here on out. There is some jump tech that we can do at the Grand Staircase, which we'll be seeing later. And yeah, it's the rest of the run's very calming, except for the 2 jump offs you have to get. So normally you're supposed to do a peace fight now, but the game developers were nice enough to let you go outside, re-enter, and not have to fight Peeves. So cool. Now, before we knew that you could do that, that was one of the reasons why we used to buy portrait passwords before finals, was because we didn't know you could skip the peace fight, and also because by skipping the portrait passwords, okay. So sometimes when you take the moving staircase, there are freezes. There's not a lot you can do about them, but taking the staircase saves a second. And as speedrunners, you always want to save time. So as an example, like, by doing Fred and George skip earlier in the run, we can't use any of these numbered portrait passwords, which means we have to use the staircase at all times. But luckily with some new strats, it's still faster. It's way faster still to not get the portrait passwords. So now we buy 7 of these. Actually, before I forget, let me buy the... Harry has excellent taste. Let me buy 2. Just because I want to.
Excellent choice. Note the exquisite quality.
Get to hear these voice lines that you never normally hear. And then we buy 6 more.
Never been tested this password.
That's a bad line. So basically, Fred and George can has like 5 different sets of lines, and like each of them take a different time to say. This one's also a bad line. Hush, hush.
I'll buy that.
4 more cards. That's an okay line. Still kind of bad. I've seen better lines.
I'll buy it. Never been tested this.
Damn, I'm getting really unlucky with the lines here.
Not afraid to take risks, Harry.
All right. Oh yes. Now this
Oof.
excellent secret.
All very hush hush, you know.
Yeah, I'll take it. Just got this password.
This is a good line.
Not sure what's behind the portrait,
That is a good line.
You've got a deal.
Okay, now that we bought all 7, now is the first of 2 jump offs you have to get. So basically, in the grand staircase, on these moving staircases, you can clip onto this lamppost and jump across the trigger. Let me see if I can get it. I got it. Okay. So you can basically... and jump straight to the 4th floor. So what I just did there, basically there's a trigger on the staircase that is supposed to warp you, or is that supposed to warp you down to the 5th floor by having the staircase move, but we could skip all of that. By clipping onto the lamppost and jumping over the trigger. So now we have 1 more portrait password to visit, and then we buy the last password and we are good to go. So I got polyglotted, so basically I have to turn around and hope that the password opens. So many cakes, indeed, there are so many cakes. I'm actually not sure if I'm gonna be underestimate because of my timer issues. But, oh, I think I am. We'll just assume that that timer's correct. Oh. Okay, so for some reason you can only leave that room once the gate comes back up. Cast on these 3, and while that chest is opening, I'm going to grab these. Some more little optimizations. Grab it. Alright, 30. Okay. So coming up close to the end here.
Hi, Harry. Over to Tuna Major. Hi, Fred. Hi, George. A bit of a mystery, this one, but I'm sure it's worth twice the price.
Last portrait password, and we are done. So now we just have to race to Dumbledore and McGonagall and end the game.
For Tuna Major.
Alright, for sure, Conception will set you up after this. Okay. Now we just run off the stairs. And yeah. That is all requirements. Yeah, a lot of technical difficulties occurred in this run, but I'm glad I got to show this off, because some sections I played really well, others not so much, but this is a really cool category, and it's just a showcase of the history of this game. Yeah, it's time. 11902.
All of you.
Okay,
Completed your 3rd year requirements.
Splendid work. Absolutely splendid.
yeah, you got to see a lot of cool things that I've never seen before, so that's awesome. And yeah, shoutouts to Potterthon. Pretty glad I got to run this. Not quite the performance I expected, but still alright. I think I ended up underestimating even with the timer issues, so with that in mind, it's pretty good, pretty good.
As the Hogwarts Express carried him and his friends back to King's Cross Station,
Alrighty, so next up we have Conception with HP1 GBC. So that'll be a fun thing to watch, and so stay tuned.